Worst weather I've ever seen.
Hey everyone, what's going on? It's DK9 back here again with another video, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Alan Wake as a part of the Remedyverse playthroughs, which will, unless I get the software for it, include Alan Wake, Control, and Alan Wake 2. The last time we left off, in our last episode, we made our way in Bright Falls closer to the gas station and actually ended up making our way all the way there. And we ran into the sheriff and we found a few things. We found more manuscript pages explaining some of the lore, like how Chris Stuckey got taken over by the Dark Presence and became part of the Taken. We discovered a TV that mysteriously showed part of our week that we missed completely after diving into the lake after Alice, and we lied to the sheriff about what we were doing in Bright Falls and told her we were staying at a lake house, and she told us there is no lake house in the area we were talking about, and as it turns out, there wasn't. So now we are in a flashback in New York a few years before Alan Wake arrived in Bright Falls. Let's see. Alan Wake, Return to Sender, an Alex Casey thriller. Interesting as it relates to upcoming lore. Alan Wake. Alan Wake, The Sudden Stop. Let's pick up our manuscript pages. These are The Sudden Stop 1 and 2.
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me. This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now, my wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
That was somewhat of an emotional listening a bit, as it sounds like, if that is from this book, which is presumably an Alex Casey novel, maybe, or if it's not closely related to, he dies. So good to know. Another thing is that it seems as though there's a theory that Alex Casey is who will be a character in Alan Wake 2 is potentially Max Payne because of the similarities they share. So, anyway, continuing on with that, here is the second scannable QR code in the game, which will undoubtedly lead us to another vision, and let's give it a listen, shall we? Vision 2.
The dark place was an endless waking dream. I saw visions carried by the ebb and flow of different dream states. They seeped in from the reality beyond. Things I had a connection to, but also things I couldn't possibly know. I used them in my writing to make it real, so that the parts that weren't would become so. And there were visions that I knew were not real, ideas I had lost, often of Casey. I had written about him for years. I used them as well. The lies had to feel true for them to become true. Had I always written this way? Even before, seen things without realizing I was seeing them, thinking they were mine. Was this what inspiration was for me?
and that is more of a hint again to Alan Wake 2. As I've already mentioned, there will be a few interesting ideas in there, such as Alex Casey being one of the characters introduced alongside a FBI investigator named Saga Anderson, who I'm very interested to see if there will be multiple playthroughs worth of lore to understand Alan Wake. Because you can switch in between Alan and Saga at different points, at any point that you want to in the story, and they deal with different things, so I wonder how that'll play out. I just want to clarify, I love winter and snow, and it's potentially my favorite season. So I really enjoy this environment outside of Alan's apartment. Anyway, let's turn on the coffee.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Alice, you there? Is she gonna be gone?
Oh, hey,
Nope.
I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Can we get in? Do we have to go this way? We do.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Alice, it's okay.
Alan, please check the fuse box.
Where's the fuse
I'm on it,
box?
honey.
Please hurry!
If you don't remember from our first
It's a power
playthrough,
outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay,
we learned that Alice is afraid of the dark.
hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Bright Falls, the present day.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
Well, let's hope that she can help us find Alice.
I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me. But she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Or if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, and it's fly fishing.
Interesting. Anyway, let's go through. There are a few collectibles. I wanted to let you all know that when we finish Alan Wake, obviously there...
Mr. Wake, your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
In a minute, Sarah. I wanted you all to know that there will be one, potentially two bonus episodes, and the reason being is because along with there being the manuscript pages that are only collectible in Nightmare mode, which I've mentioned, we'll just have an episode where we splice them all together in one. I also discovered that in 2011, after the release of the original version of Alan Wake in 2010, Remedy released some comics that add to this story and show you events that aren't covered on camera in the game and hint towards Control, funnily enough, because we didn't get Control until like 2018 or something like that. So I just thought that you should, so I just wanted to let you all know to stay tuned for that. Here's a new type of collectible, the signs. Richard Baugh, Bruce Dansky, Jacob Miller, missing on a camping trip, overdue, haven't been in contact. If you have seen them or know their whereabouts, please call 555-9932. Thank you. Have you seen this man? Disappeared 6/20/07. Identifying features. Knack for winning contests. Okay. Let's
Mr. Wake,
go down
the
here.
sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
What if we go
That
down
was
this way?
Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper. But
Here's
she's
a
focused on
coffee
other
thermos.
things these days.
Let's also listen in on this manuscript. Alice sees a shadow.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Well, from listening to that, we now know that whilst taking a photo before actually going to the cabin, Alice saw the widow that keeps showing up for us.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake book. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsal today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over. Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. James out.
As you can see, the police are already looking for Mr. Stucky, who we ended up having to take down in our last episode during a boss fight. So
Your phone, Mr. Wake?
before we pick up our phone, I wanted to show you all something. I will zoom in on this so you can actually read it. This was not added until the remaster. This letter was never here until this version of the game. But as you can clearly see, this is from something called the Federal Bureau of Control.
Grab your phone, Mr. Wake. We have a lot to talk about.
Keep that in mind for a future series.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to get you all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Uh-oh. So who was that then?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he quit drinking for good.
I hope that she doesn't become a Taken. She seems nice.
He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He was shouting like that the moment he woke up.
Let's continue on.
Hey, can you turn the light? The light's on. The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here.
Because of the dark presence, perhaps? Here's another mini-script. The dark presence in the diner.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Hey, you! Can you help me? Can you turn the lights on? Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, "Go through the fence on the left."
Broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting, the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
There we go. That was some of the collectibles.
Hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Let's continue on. But we also have a mini script to get whilst we're here. This is Wake at Lover's Peak.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
So will we be having that happen in a
Alice's
while?
driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Oh, that's not good.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
This is not good that Barry's here because there's a very real possibility that the dark presence might get him. You okay?
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness,
the way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Marvelous. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent regrettable outing. They are not.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh, my!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow, I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
Whoa. So, I wonder who the kidnappers are gonna be.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself.
Let's read this. The skeleton of a Colombian mammoth. Mammuthus columbi. This specimen, estimated to be 14,000 years old, was recovered from the La Brea tar pits in 1981. It was donated to the Elderwood National Park in 1998, when the Colombian mammoth became Washington's state fossil. Named Bucktoothed Charlie, it has since become the park's official mascot.
What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared?
Yes.
You slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
No.
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do you
and everything's
understand
just...
what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Barry should just listen more.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake, I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktoothed Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes.
Oh no.
at least Max is gonna be okay. You got lucky.
Good.
Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Let's go back to Bucktooth to Charlie and get the form.
Go and meet a kidnapper? Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing. Listen, you hit your head. I mean, jeez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Oh dear. Let's continue on anyway and go back to Rusty, give him the form.
This is the form you wanted?
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Oh, nice. Let's go get the keys and get to the car.
To believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Thanks for the heartfelt confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would
Do
you think
we?
if it was me? There's no way you should be...
Bye, Barry.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Barry does not seem to be doing okay.
Be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Really? Okay. Let's come down here and grab a thermos for us. Here we go. Ah, more batteries first. Now we have 9 of them. Oh, wow. Let's switch on the lights and make sure that they stay on for Barry. Let's run around and get out here. Down to this, another thermos. Now that we've got that, we can just go on ahead and push through. You can hear Alan being horribly out of breath again. Will you, Barry? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's listen in on this. Barry doubts Wake's sanity.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
So we've ended up getting a look at how Barry really feels. Now that we've got that page, let's continue.
This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them. And they had Alice.
He has a point. Whoever these kidnappers are really aren't scared of the police. They probably won't be intimidated by Sheriff Baker. Or Breaker, my bad. Mouth. Here is our next radio show.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Well, considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
Uh-oh. And if you didn't, you guys should go back and look at it. When we turned at one point, we could see a Taken walk past with an axe. And I don't think they'll be here for us yet when we come out. Will they be around? Nope, they're not. And they're waiting to ambush us. So now, because of that, I know for a fact that the dark presence isn't just messing with our heads. There's actually Taken around, hiding in the shadows. Hello? What was that about? Anyway, okay, so let's go in here and see what we can find, because it'll be something pretty important. If we kick this door down with our legs of steel that Alan has, apparently, and scare the birds out of this atmospheric setting, let's tune into TV show of Night Springs, episode 2.
The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Is it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face.
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. The white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I
Whoa. Well, that was a trip. The Night Springs episodes so far always are. Any interaction with the TVs have been this whole time lately. So, anyway, let's continue on and see what we come across. There's more herds of birds again. Are they coming towards us? Are they coming to attack us? I guess not. I wonder how Night Springs relates to our current goings on in Bright Falls. But I digress. Let's continue our way up here and listen in to Rose and Rusty.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
Interesting. And if we make our way down here, down this hill, let's take the rocks instead of the stairs because we're extreme. We find this Rusty dying.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. "Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page."
Uh-oh. Why is it that the manuscript pages are blending in so well with reality in Bright Falls? To a T, in fact. Oh. More visions. Oh no! Oh no, Rusty! Unfortunately we have to leave poor Rusty behind to come over here and pick up a coffee thermos. And before we can help him, we have a few more of these that we have to focus on. Let's pick up this manuscript page. Rusty attacked by the dark presence.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way. Felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
Well, that's kind of sad. And also, I love how the manuscript pages are giving us a backstory and a descriptor on the scenes that we encounter, so that way if you find the manuscript pages, you have a lot more information as to what's happening. But if you don't, then they're just random things that you encounter in this Twin Peaks Silent Hill-esque scenario.
Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Rusty, you okay?
Mr. Wake? Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
And just as was said, it did happen just as it did on the page. Whoa, you can comfort Max? I was just wondering if we could, like, pet Max or let Max out of the crate to run away. Probably wouldn't help anyway.
That Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
We gotta do that. Rusty has now had his encounter with the Dark Presence, probably meaning that I expect he'll turn into a Taken in just a moment. Here's another page. Wake reaches a safe haven of light.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Whoa. So I wonder when that's gonna happen to us then in just a moment. Where can we get the lights? Back here is what it says. We have batteries and revolver ammo that we can take with us though, since we're looting.
I was too late.
Oh no.
The circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
And it sounds like Rusty is not okay.
Rusty! The ground was covered with glowing patches. It looked like liquid darkness.
Oh no! Whoa. Oh, this is not good. I did not mean for us to hit the Taken that we haven't burned off yet. Oh no. It's not gonna work. Whoa, we can kill him with the light? Alright. So, that could have gone a bit better, but it also didn't go terrible. Let's... Oh no. Well, this is not good. Rusty? Are you okay? Oh no, another boss fight. This time with Rusty. I am so sorry, Rusty. The Dark Presence really doesn't stop, does it? Where did you go? Right there. We can almost get him. I love how it turns them slightly crazy too, and just rambling on about random things. Oh, I cannot see. Rusty, you okay? Whoa, the electrical wire actually hurts us. That's a nice detail. Rusty, come on, man. And let's burn it away. Ah, we almost had him. Let's blast him. And we gotta reload faster, 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 come on. And there we go. Under a thin layer of skin is the trophy that we earned. But what was that crash that we heard? There was another one? Let's check it out and see what we can find. Alright, everyone. So, that is... Oh, wait, hang on. I gotta deal with these guys. And let's get rid of them. Alright, everyone. That is going to be where we leave this episode because we are out of time. But I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe and turn on the bell so that you never miss another post in this or any of our other series. Please remember, everyone, to love one another. Helps everyone every chance that you get. Be kind and spread joy all the time. And I'll see you all in the next one. And I hope you all have lovely days. And remember, everyone, to fight with light. And I'll see you all next time.